Hey, did you know that there's one single strategy that could blow up your law firm and take it to the next level literally overnight? Michael, you want to talk to them about that?
Yeah, as simple as it sounds, it's replacing the lawyer in all of the roles that he or she is currently performing in the firm, right? Believe it or not, I know it's difficult to hear, but there's a chance that you're the bottleneck, right? So, Rich, why don't you tell them a little bit more about that?
Yeah, look, I know it's hard to take that the idea is that you're getting in the way because you're the lawyer and it's your firm. But at the end of the day, if you want to turn your law firm into a gold mine, you need to get yourself out of certain rules. First thing is rule number one, lawyers don't answer the phone. Right?
Mhm.
No more answering the telephone to deal with intake. No more having calls go to your cell phone and have it roll over to a voicemail that's full. Lawyers don't answer the phone. Why? Because you like to and feel obligated to give advice. And that's not the goal of the phone. So don't answer the phone is my first rule. What's yours, Michael? Where else do you want to replace them out of the jobs that they're in?
Yeah, I mean, so look, the phone's is step one, right? A lead comes in, they call, we need someone else to be answering the phone. And then once that phone person then sets an appointment, traditionally we have a consult. And so the next logical place to help the lawyer get out of is the consult room, right? The same reason you just said is the same reason traditionally attorneys aren't thriving in the consult room, which is this obligation and feeling to have to give legal advice, right? We should be moving the line in which that legal advice is given. The goal of the consult room is to get the prospect to retain the firm so that we can guide them through the problem they're experiencing and provide them legal advice, right?
Yeah, I love it. And the third place is in collections, right? Lawyers are getting bogged down with trying to collect money. They're not good at it. They don't like asking for money. A lot of law firms collect less than 60% of what they bill. Maybe that's not you, but some firms are going through that. And often it's because the lawyer is the one trying to do the collections. You need a dedicated individual to manage your collections process proactively rather than reactively. If you do that, you're not only going to manage your collections process better, but I promise you, you're going to see your client satisfaction because of firm communication actually go up. So proactive management of your receivables and not have it done by the attorney is a winning solution. What's next, Michael?
Well, then I'd go into proactively managing legal work. So helping get yourself out of the legal work. So filling workflow with the roles that it needs, whether that's a paralegal or another associate at a point in time, being able to take some of that burden off of you and plug the right players into the role to ensure that they can fulfill a seamless transition from sales to operations and fulfillment of the work.
Yeah, for sure. Now, listen, I know based on your practice area, you're going to be like, well, I don't want somebody who's going to do the job that I can't bill out at 300, 400, or $500 an hour. So I want to make sure a bar card is billing out at that rate. And I get that, but it doesn't have to be your bar card. So the idea is when do you replace you as the owner out of the bar card role so you don't have to bill the way that you have to used to be able to have to bill? The idea is to replace yourself so you can have a law firm that supports the lifestyle that you want to live, not that undermines the lifestyle that you want to live. And the answer to that is to have a really clear system for you to identify when it's time for you to stop having to be the primary bar card necessary to get the legal work done. I think that just about wraps it up, Michael. I would toss one more over the bow, which is this idea of customer satisfaction and customer service. Lawyers shouldn't have to take, certainly the owners of the law firm shouldn't have to take internal or incoming customer service requests. Do you see the same thing as you're talking to clients throughout the years?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, it goes back to spending time where their time is most valuable. And unfortunately or fortunately, that's not where your time is most valuable. Your time is most valuable in either the business owner position, making sure everything's running smoothly, and or fulfilling the work, depending on which phase you're in this process of getting yourself out of all the different roles. Now, Rich, one thing I think is really important to note here to really bring full circle this whole thing is it shouldn't be just anybody in these roles, though,
Ah, good point. Good point. Yeah, no.
right?
We should have specialists running these people who are highly trained and know how to do that specific job very well. Agreed?
Yeah, absolutely. You want to have specialists in each of these roles, right? You want someone that's a specialist in setting appointments. You want someone that's a specialist in closing the deal and conducting the consultation. You want a specialist who's in customer service or collections. You want specialist who's doing the legal work, right? It shouldn't just be you pull someone willy-nilly from the office and you try to plug them in because you got an extra person laying around. You want a specialist versus a generalist in the role.
Yeah, look, obviously, Michael and I, we're tacticians, right? We are specialists at tactics to help law firms get to the next level. And this is one of the tactics that I think is super important for law firm owners to understand. We always say around here that systems should run your practice and people should run your systems. And today you heard us say systems should run your practice, but specialists types of people should run those systems. They should be experts at those particular systems. Look, if you take this next step and take this one single strategy of replacing yourself in the law firm in these different roles, you're going to find you've got yourself a gold mine.
You sure will. And hey, look, if you guys got some value today, make sure to drop a like down below, comment down below, and let us know, is this something you agree with? And as always, make sure to hit that subscribe button or follow button, depending on where you're listening or watching this on.